Corbett report is always constantly reporting, and many people provide me links on them, on his videos, sorry. And I constantly say that James Corbett doing a wonderful job in investigating and finding some information, connecting the dots, yet he is constantly come to one huge big problem of his libertarian worldview, and he is constantly excluding from his how to say it, well, let's say from the silver lining that he is providing with his videos, he is constantly ignoring one simple fact, that all that happening right now in the world not only caused by world elite, which is one today, it's of course two different parts of the elite, but still it's one people, it's one group of people, it's very small group of people, etc. Yet this also involved a capitalism, which means that James's perception of these facts that he is constantly finding and connecting with each other is constantly exclude one word, capitalism. And there is no other suggestion that he have other than create new, more informed libertarian society, etc., etc., etc. Literally, what he is describing, it's sometimes a communism. Communism as it's supposed to be. And for American people, it's of course will be, oh my god, it's communism, let's kill all commies reaction. Typical reaction for American, for people brainwashed by American propaganda. But in general, communism, it's just that. Libertarian society with no governments and with no borders, that controlled only by communal administration, which is pretty close on, let's say this, at the distance of your hand, which you can get into fist and punch your leader. That's very important. So what James describing, it's techno-capitalism, not libertarianism, which is impossible, but techno-capitalism, where everyone is so enlightened and reached, informed, etc., 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 while 90% of population have no time to do the research, watch the videos, get interested, get involved, read the huge texts like James did, etc., etc. So by simply denying the fact that this is all caused by system itself, capitalism, which in every aspect of our lives trying to get rid of any kind of movement, demonize any kind of movement of self-governed working communes. Capitalism is constantly trying to demonize and destroy that. So the workers never took over elite. And this small part of James's perception, which is he lack of, is constantly doing, making him doing the wrong shit. How this word is, sorry, this conclusion. So each time James coming to a conclusion of his video, idea, or I don't know, report, he excluding word capitalism altogether, or use it in terms that capitalism is just capitalism, what else, but free market is absolutely necessary, etc., etc., etc. Like free market have something to do with capitalism itself. And he excluding the word communism, of course. Maybe I didn't watch him for a long time and maybe something changed, yet I don't see how it's going to happen. Because James 5 years ago and James today, it's pretty much the same man, with the same libertarian views, with the same ideas, with the same everything. And in these terms, I can say that maybe, just maybe, James Corbett doing his job just to simply distract people into another way. No matter what you know, no matter how many information in your head, no matter how many people are informed, etc., etc., if no one ready to act, well, someone will react. That's exactly what happened with USSR. No one was ready to act in USSR and destroy American economy when USSR had such a opportunity, and they get reaction, which caused the collapse of USSR. Collapse of USSR was, of course, ideological and not in any case economical. While ideological problem caused the economical problems, yet no food shortages, production growth, industrial production growth, etc., etc. Nothing really changed until the Gorbachev came to power and declared that we are transferring to capitalism. So you must understand that no matter how many people informed, if no one ready to act, then someone react and will destroy everything that you know and everyone who against the system, one way or another. Will it be politically, will it be some oppressive measures or literal termination? It absolutely doesn't matter. What matters is in our world, who going to do something about it? And this question I already made in one of my videos about James Corbett and his guest in that time, that they proposing good ideas in the basics, in the basis. It's a good idea, it's all libertarian, blah 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 blah, but in the end, the only word that I hear in it's not we will act, it's we will demand. And you must understand how many fucks does elite will not give about your demands. And no matter how many of you will demand, the billion don't give a fucks will be given. Because they know, no matter what you demand, you will not support it with an actions. That's a problem. A problem no American, no Westerner today can understand. Even American who had guns, who all that patriotic, who all that about fellow citizens that we will take care, etc., etc. No one ready to do anything. And the only movie ever represents such idea that instead of words you need to act. It's Capital Punishment by German, let me remind you, German director, by German director Uwe Boll. Uwe is not a good director, but idea that he represented in this movie was exactly that is each and every Westerner today lack of. And that's a problem.